Welcome everyone to this breakdown where we're tackling what is literally the ultimate life skill, personal finance. We spend years in school memorizing complex equations and historical dates, but somehow they totally forget to teach us how to actually manage our money. Well, that changes today. We're going to strip away all the confusing jargon and look at a really straightforward approach to building your wealth, giving you the exact tools to make your money work for you. Okay, so let's jump right in and shatter a childhood myth. Is keeping your money safe in a standard bank account actually making you poorer? Think about it. We've always been told to just earn money, park it in the bank, and let the interest do the rest, right? But honestly, leaving your cash sitting idle in a basic savings account for your entire life is one of the absolute biggest financial mistakes you can make. To see exactly why, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the savings account chop, then look at active versus passive income, break down the formula for your 20s, compare assets and liabilities, and finish up with modern investing options. All right, let's hit section 1, the savings account trap. So, the real culprit here is inflation. Basically, inflation is the steady increase in the prices of things around you, which causes a huge drop in the actual purchasing power of your money. It's like a silent wealth killer. As the economy grows, the cost of everyday stuff just naturally goes up. This means any money just chilling in your bank account is literally losing its power every single year. Let's put that into perspective. Think about a simple packet of chips that costs you 10 rupees today. Because of inflation, in 10 years, that exact same packet is probably going to cost 15 or 20 rupees. The chips didn't change, right? But your money lost its strength. Scale that up to a much bigger number. That 1 lakh you worked so hard to park in the bank simply won't buy you the same amount of stuff a decade from now. Its true value shrinks. It's kind of like a tree. Sure, a bank gives you a tiny bit of interest, which is like giving your tree basic water. Yes, it'll grow, but painfully slowly. On the flip side, utilizing modern financial options, that acts like high-grade fertilizer. It violently accelerates your wealth growth. If you want a financial tree that actually provides shade for your future, basic water just isn't going to cut it. Which brings us to section 2, active versus passive income. Generally, there are 2 ways money flows into your life. First is active income, where you are directly trading your time for money. Whether you're a doctor, a trainer, or running a business, you physically have to show up to get paid. But then we have passive income. This is the dream, right? Making money automatically while sitting at home, traveling, or even sleeping. Your money is out there doing the heavy lifting for you. And that leads to this ultimate mission. Your goal should be to increase your passive income so you can just chill by your mid-30s. When you see wealthy folks traveling the world, having total freedom over their time, they aren't working a million active hours. No way. They've built massive passive income streams. That right there is true financial freedom. So how do we actually get there? Let's dive into section 3, the formula for your 20s. This 4-step pipeline is absolutely everything if you're in your 20s. Look, this is the decade you really have to grind. Step 1, maximize that active income. Hustle at your job or business. Step 2, and this is where most people completely fail, aggressively minimize your expenses. Keep your lifestyle costs ruthlessly low. Skip the designer clothes and luxury vacations for now. Step 3, extract your savings from whatever is left. And finally, step 4, funnel those savings directly into the investment game. You aren't just saving money to hoard it, you are saving to invest it. The key here is this specific ratio. Let's say you've paid all your minimal living expenses and you managed to save 90 rupees. Don't just dump it all in the bank. Under this strategy, 80 rupees should boldly go straight into investments. Remember that fertilizer we talked about? Leaving just 10 rupees in your basic savings account for absolute emergencies. All right, section 4, assets versus liabilities. Let's talk about what you should actually be buying. You see, every single thing you buy falls into one of 2 buckets. Liabilities are things that lose value over time. We're talking cars, trendy gadgets, fast fashion. The second you buy them, their value drops. Assets, on the other hand, actually increase in value and make you more money. So the rule to secure your future is brutally simple. Aggressively minimize your liabilities and stockpile those assets. But that brings up a massive question for our generation. Is real estate really the only safe asset out there? Our parents' generation would instantly tell us to go buy land or a flat. But is that old school advice really the most practical move for us right now? Well, the source material strongly warns against what we can call the 25 lakh risk. Real estate needs massive upfront capital. if you dump 25 lakhs into physical property, you're taking on some really paralyzing risks. What if the property is illegal? What if there's fraud or a sudden legal controversy? All that cash could be locked up for years or just go completely down the drain.
So what's the alternative? Let's look at Section 5, Modern Investing Options. Thankfully, there's a much more accessible way to build wealth today, and those are on-paper assets. You literally don't need a fortune to start. We're talking about things like shares, government bonds, bank bonds, fixed deposits, SIPs, and mutual funds. These vehicles let you plant the seeds of passive income without that massive wall of capital you'd need for physical real estate.
And honestly, the absolute best part is that the barrier to entry is completely gone today. There are super user-friendly platforms out there like the Squirrel app, which are literally designed for beginners. You can start your wealth building journey safely, trusting mutual funds with a minimum investment of just 100 rupees. Seriously, 100 rupees. There's literally no excuse left not to start.
So, I'll leave you with this one final thought. You now know that any idle money in your bank account is actively losing its power right now because of inflation. You understand the clear difference between assets that grow your wealth and liabilities that steal it. So, what actionable step will you take today? What is the very first asset you're going to buy to plant the seed of your financial freedom? The tools are all right there at your fingertips. The next move is entirely yours.